When people move here, they don't know people, they don't have the professional networks or the communities necessarily to settle into, and there's a lot of competition for resources and just plain survival. And when we're taking them from survival to thriving is quite a journey,
Okay.
and that's why we present this sort of being, becoming, belonging framework where, in the initial stages of their journey, they're probably 0 to 3 years. That's their being stage. They are who they are. Then, they're trying to become something after that, whether it's a job, acquire education, acquire new skills. That's, they're becoming somebody else, or better versions of themselves. And then finally, belonging, actually feeling that there is some belonging, feeling ownership. Ownership is a key part of belonging, and that can take years, and that can sometimes never be there. So, and that's what is important to remind immigrants that they're responsible for all the population growth, all the diversity, all the literacy levels, all the digital fluency, all of that in North America is happening because of immigrants, like a large part of it, mostly. And, if it's driven by immigrants, then it's always a dominoes effect. It's not, they don't, they come, they create jobs, they create opportunities for themselves and also others. So it's kind of around the length of, when you educate a woman, you educate a whole family. So it's something like that domino effect that happens when you're able to treat immigrants well and create welcoming environments for them to thrive. So that's what we do, and but there's a lot of settlement organizations, and we focus on the professional development, integration aspects. So, how do they settle in to different careers? They had different skills before. How can they transfer those skills to maybe new skills, find new jobs? The skills they had are always transferable. It's just finding the particular industries and the particular contexts within which to apply those skills. And I'd like to say there's new industries like, relatively newer industries, especially that came about with increasing digital goods and services, and especially post pandemic, we've had cyber security has become really hot as a career. There was a lot of cybercrime post the pandemic. We've had a lot of so we need to tackle all that. There's a lot of new technologies coming up, the generative AI, which has evolved by leaps and bounds. So people need to be able to be skilled in those or transfer their skills in technology or whatever other fields they came from to join these new fields and maybe start something new, but don't always have to start from scratch. Everything that you had before was expertise that accumulates towards something bigger. And one of the biggest skills, so I run an annual skill study for serving employers, asking, what are the top skills needed for success? And this is particularly to inform these immigrants and not just immigrants, but also those serving them and how they can equip themselves better, and also understand whether they have immigrant support or whether they don't. But the top skills remains very cross-functional, strategic leadership, decision-making, and yes, part of that is big data analytics, part of that is AI, but all of that together is around strategy. So
Okay.
immigrants really should own
Okay.
their past expertise and build on that, and set an example for others and anyone really. So we're all about upskilling, education, and